The number of illegal crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border is again surging, with scenes like this repeated over and over and over.
President Biden sent a message to Central America and Mexico that the southern border is open. And that's tragic because the victims here oftentimes are children. This is a crisis and it needs to be addressed. Sadly, I haven't seen President Biden go down the border.
Montana U.S. Senator Steve Daines will get a first-hand look at the situation Friday when he visits the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, which has been called ground zero for the flood of migrants coming into the country illegally. Daines, like most other Republicans, is putting the blame squarely on the Biden administration.
So this is a crisis for our country. And it really started on day one when President Biden reversed two really important Trump policies. That was, one, he stopped the border wall construction, which sent a clear message that we're not serious about securing the southern border. And two, he reversed the Remain in Mexico policy.
And even though what is happening on the southern border is more than 1,000 miles away from Montana, Daines says we're feeling the effect in a devastating way.
We are seeing a flood of Mexican heroin, Mexican fentanyl, Mexican meth coming into Montana. The purity levels that these Mexican cartels are creating with methamphetamines is north of 90%. Years ago, it was homemade meth in Montana that had purity levels less than 30%.
By far, the majority of the people who are coming across are not bringing meth in their backpack. They're not criminals. They're trying to find a better life for their families.
Yeah, well, what's happening is the Mexican cartels are actually leading these human trafficking efforts. They're estimated to be making $14 million a day with human trafficking. And so because the border is flooded with these illegal immigrants, it takes our Border Patrol officers off their task of having to try to stop the drugs because they're trying to stop the flood of illegals. And it's allowing the drugs to come in more freely, and that directly affects the state of Montana.
I had a chance to see the situation firsthand. Almost exactly 2 years ago, in March of 2019, I journeyed to the southern border to cover Senator Jon Tester's trip there. I was able to break away and spend time alone with Border Patrol agents, where the scene was much the same as it is now, a constant game of cat and mouse, with some trying to get away and others trying to be caught. I even captured video of smugglers bringing families across the border.
Something that you guys just got something a lot of people, reporters don't get, and that's a wrap.
Yeah, that is the wrap. That's how they came over.
They are from Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala.
How long was the trip here?
¿Cuánto tardaron en llegar aquí desde sus países originales?
Un mes.
It took her 1 month.
Un mes.
1 month.
3 semanas.
3 weeks. ¿Cuánto te tardaste?
3 semanas.
3 weeks.
Why did you want to come here?
¿Para qué querían venir acá?
Para buscar un futuro mejor. Necesito que me den permiso de estar porque necesito trabajo. Tengo mis hijos, tengo 5 hijos. Y soy madre soltera.
They're looking for a better life, and she's a single mother, and she's looking to look for work so she could put her child, so that their child can grow up here and have a better life.
What will you do now? You asked them, what will they do now?
¿Y qué van a hacer ahora? They don't know.
I think that we're seeing a surge right now, which indicates that it's worse right now. But we've seen surges during the Trump administration where the same things have happened. And I think the key is to develop a long-term plan with good border security provisions in it. And then ultimately, we need to pass an immigration bill here in Congress, too, that I think gives folks a pathway to citizenship where they obey the law. Don't jump the line, learn English, and wait their turn.
How difficult do you think that is going to be given the current climate?
It's going to be very difficult because, once again, the border is being highly politicized.
There's reforms are needed in immigration policies in our country, and I hope that we can see some kind of bipartisan solution. But the first thing we have to do, though, is get back to securing the southern border. I think the best illustration I heard is when the roof is leaking, you don't think about a remodel project. You first fix the leaking roof.
Senator Daines also blasted a report that the Biden administration could send some of those apprehended at the southern border to northern border states like Montana. but so far there's been no confirmation that that is in the plans. I'm Russ Riesinger reporting for MTN News.